I was talking to a work colleague today, Nancy. We've been busy over the past year restructuring a nonprofit organization. There's been a lot to do, and most of the time when we meet, we can't possibly get through everything that we need to get through, but we do the best we can. Today, as we cross each other's path again, I noticed myself automatically talking about the restructure. It was as if her face becomes a trigger for me to go into the role of corporate restructuring. And she and I realized that we haven't caught up on the friendship part of our connection for a long time. I hardly know anything about what's been happening with her and her life and her family in recent times. And I've had a lot of contact with her partner as well. But again, we talk about the organization. And I certainly haven't told them about anything about myself and the many things that has happened. So part of having good people to work with is to be able to share stress and load. And that can't happen if I get fixated on presenting myself and seeing another person in these unidimensional ways. And this reminds me of how we tend to use our roles to define our relationships, which can be functionally good to get things done, but relationships cannot last for a long time if we are fixated on roles because our roles invariably change. The best example I can think of this is our relationship with our parents. Parents and children have such a strongly defined relationship of provider and receiver or protector and protected that when we grow old enough to not need to be provided or to be protected, then the relationship becomes strange, it becomes strained because we don't know what to do. I remember in my late teens and early 20s, it was just a strange time with my parents. It was like I needed to move out of the house and then have some space so I can then come back and become a different person and reconnect as friends. I don't think we ever did it properly. When I go home today to my mom in Malaysia and stay with my mom, she's in her late 80s, but she's still acting as the provider and protector. So, teachers and students are like that too. I remember when I was a graduate student and my research supervisor, who was my lecturer at undergraduate for many years, he became sort of my work colleague as my work capacity started to match his. And it was a strange transition. And sometimes I don't think we pay attention to how to do that and to do it well. So anyway, I think Nancy and I need to catch up a lot more and talk less shop. And I think I need to work out what I'm going to do when my kids don't need me to provide and to protect them anymore.